Hi everyone, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. He's Mike Brenner. I'm Peter Loshak. We are the odds couple. We're in the heart of the NBA playoffs, Mike Brenner.
It's all right.
I love it.
With that hammer. It comes with that hammer that knocks me down.
Your record is still positive overall.
Yeah.
I had a split day. I went. No.
But you nailed that one, though.
Did you guys see that? Mike Brenner just gave me a high five for breaking even. All right. Well, yeah. So you're still positive overall, and this is the NBA odds couple show for the two games that go on Sunday, April 30th. Game 1 in Washington, Boston, of course. Game 7.
How did they schedule that before they schedule a Toronto-Cleveland? I mean, somebody should got some explaining to do there. You got Toronto-Cleveland been waiting 2 days now.
Well, I assume that they're assuming that the Boston-Washington series will go 7 games, which we'll talk about later.
Okay.
But I don't know. But first, let's talk about Utah. First, let's talk about Utah and the Clippers. The Game 6. On my pick, I did like the Clippers plus the points, but I didn't have the balls to give it as a pick or to bet it. Now in game,
look right here. It says Pistol Pete nailed it. You said Chris Paul could take this team on his shoulders yesterday. You said it.
Yeah,
you absolutely were right, and I wish you would have pulled that.
Yeah, I didn't have the balls to do it. I had to give it. I just thought that even if the Clippers won or covered, that it would be a higher scoring game, which wasn't the case. So I need to go with my opinion.
You do.
Just go with it,
especially in playoff time. And Pete, you know what though? They just last night they were in it the whole game. They never had to come streaking from behind or anything like that. And I mean it. Utah for being at home, they look pitiful. And I didn't realize how ugly that court is. I watched the game. That is one ugly court. Yeah. And that has nothing to do with betting. But I know one thing. The team looked dead, so that's why I was comparing it. They just had no energy. They couldn't hit anything from three-point land. Now, when they go back, which is going to be the case here, Pip, they're 2-6 ATS at home the last 8 against the Jazz, the Clippers are. 2-6 last 8 ATS at home against the Jazz. So that's something to keep in mind. And the under is a big.
Right. I'll tell you what, I am going to have a pick on the Washington-Boston game. The Utah Clippers one, I might have a pick on, later on by tip-off, but as of right now, it's a 10-foot pole for me. I really have to look into what exactly happened in Game 6 and what is likely or not likely to repeat here.
And Gobert is banged up. They pulled him out of the fourth, all right, with the ankle. I was thinking first half under. I'm just putting it out there. That's what I was thinking, Pete.
Yeah, you might be right on that one. This game is a 10-foot pole for me. As of right now, we are shooting this on Saturday morning early. So, but now let's move on to the Washington-Boston Game 1, and this is an interesting series, of course. There's bad blood between these two teams. They're similar in the sense that they have awesome guard play and weakness on the inside. Although during the regular season, as much as we saw Washington have problems inside in the opening round series, they actually out-rebounded Boston in the regular season. Now Al Horford's playing a lot better recently. I'm thinking that at least early. I don't know about the series, but I'm thinking that at least early in this game and probably with the 4.5, Washington might be the play. What do you think, Mike?
It might be the play, but the home team does have the dominant advantage in this series. Here's another thing, though. Washington 0-5 ATS, the last 5 in Boston, all right? And Boston is just 4-0 ATS, the last 4 in the playoffs. They're starting to be an ATS machine right now. Can that keep up?
Who, Boston?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but that's just because the Bulls just fell apart.
I know that. But still, ATS is ATS regardless of who you're playing because people look at it.
Yes,
but you know what, buddy? For me, Pete, I'm not touching it. I can't. I don't feel it. Don't have a feel for it whatsoever. And if I had to lean, I would say Washington because I think the way that they won compared to the way Boston shut out a very weak Cleveland team, all right, and had to come. Chicago team and had to come back to do it.
Right.
I think Washington holds the edge. I think they had a tougher series. I think they had a more competitive series, and I think that with the fact Scott Brooks has a hell of a lot of playoff experience compared to Brad Stevens. Brooks loves to run. If you notice, they're starting to run and gun back like when he was with OKC with Durant and Westbrook. Beal and John Wall are in the zone. They're leaning on each other. They're in the zone. This team is looking a little bit dangerous.
And it's a very high total. It's 215.
Is it? That is high for them.
Yeah. My sense is that, again, my sense is that Boston, they're doing great things with their depth. That's where their strength is, and that will probably come into play, maybe as soon as Game 2, later on in the series. My sense is that here for Game 1, as a dog, I think I'm going to take Washington.
Okay.
I think I will give it.
You had that gut yesterday. You didn't do it, so do it. Pull that trigger, Pistol Pete.
Okay. You know what? I'll go on it 3 ways. What the
I love it. Here he goes. Here he goes.
Right, I'll take a Washington plus
whoring himself out.
Well, the only reason I'm taking on the first quarter is because I'm seeing plus 1.5, minus 110 on the first quarter. So that means if they lose by 1, you still get a win. So I will take that one, and then I will also take a Washington plus 2 on the first half, minus 105, and then I'll take them on the full game, plus 4.5, minus 108, which is a pinnacle line right now. Yeah, it just feels like Boston again. I think they're going to have the edge as the series wears on. They're definitely well coached. You probably give them the edge in coaching, as you said.
I think so.
But I think
and also, Pete, I think this team is just so damn relieved that they came back and won 4 straight games against Chicago. Nope, and I know Chicago wasn't anything special, but it wasn't looking good for them. And had not Rondo got injured, it makes me wonder where the status would be. I think Washington's rolling in with a hell of a lot more momentum right now.
Yeah, and I think maybe at least to start the series, Washington will be caught off guard.
What's the first half?
+2. I think they're going to be caught off guard by how much of a non-disadvantage they are inside compared to the last series.
I'm pulling the trigger, baby. Right. I'm jumping on the first half.
+2 -105.
I'm taking the dog first half +2.
All right, so I'm going to be on them 3 ways, and I convinced you, which is not a good idea.
No, it is not, Pete, because last night I watched, I looked, I saw. They're playing with confidence. They're playing with momentum. I think Boston's playing with relief. Came back after 2 to a weak team. Let's get real. Dwayne Wade finally did look tired last night, Pistol Pete. He couldn't hit the broadside of a barn last night. Back-to-back isn't good for him. You know what? This is with confidence. I like it first half.
Okay. So I'm on it 3. I'm on it 3 ways. You're on it 1 way, Mike Brenner, and we're both, as of now, again, going to pass on Utah Clippers, but I just have to look into it.
I want to throw this out there and tell me what your thoughts are, because it's got to do with ticket cashing. You might have a situation where now you've got Isaiah Thomas thinking John Wall. They're going to go at it. They want to compete and so forth. Well, what Isaiah Thomas doesn't have that John Wall does is a Bradley Beal. I believe, Pete, they're going to be on the court same time. I think they're going to be spreading the ball, and I just think Isaiah's going to try to do too much. They're not really a 2-guard team per se. All right.
I think that what Isaiah Thomas has, which again is role players who will be able to lift the burden from him. But again, I think that'll come into play more later on in the series, as opposed to right here, game 1 with.
Should be an interesting series. Though. I think that could be a barn burner.
This is going to be. I mean, as far as from a fan perspective, which, as you know, I don't give a flying fuck about. From a fan perspective, but for all you guys who do care about sports from a fan perspective, this is going to be a great series for you. So
I haven't heard that word in a while. That's safe.
For all you people who care about sports from a fan perspective, I'm happy for you because this is going to be a great series. But all right, I'm going to take Washington in this one. All right, Mike Brenner.
I want to do a real quick shout out. All right, real quick.
Go ahead.
That to Evan out there in Las Vegas. He know who he is. I'm coming to see you, Bubby.
All right, sounds good. We'll be back on Monday to cover the Monday games.
Odds Couple coming to you.
Well, this episode of The Odds Couple is over. But if you give us a like and click SBR's logo at the bottom of the screen to subscribe, then you'll get all the upcoming videos as soon as they come out. And don't forget to take advantage of our website. There's free picks, live betting lines, and sportsbook reviews and ratings guides, and a whole lot more. Check it out now.